Hey everybody, it's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We're very happy you're here on this very, very, very cold wintry night. Now, depending on where you are in the country or in the world, you might be a lot of our friends from Europe watch. Um, the weather might be different, but in New York, I believe last time I checked, it's about 13 degrees. How crazy is that? And we had a big, big snowstorm. I was supposed to go to Boston for a delayed Christmas thing, and I got snowed in here, and they got 20 inches. We got about 8 inches and maybe more, 10 inches in Washington Heights, but Boston they got hit really hard. And I know a lot of like up north, forget about it. I also know that Florida, that's where Susie's mom is, and a lot of our friends that go there for the winter. It's really cold there. So I think Scott Ryan or maybe it was Chris Arturi wrote that it was 31 degrees. That's crazy for Florida, right? So it's wintertime, things happen. Anyway, I realized, because I didn't look at the date today, but I realized it's my dad's birthday. So um, I just wanted to say happy birthday, Dad. I'm going to pull a picture up of him in a minute, but let's acknowledge some of our friends that have come in. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy, happy last Tuesday of January. Yes, Danielle. Maria Leo, and What's the Story with Maria Crew. Same to you, Danielle. And so much happening, right? I mean, we still have a bunch of winter months, but so much happening. And Danielle, we'll have to, at some point, I want to talk about Lorna. I know Lorna's doing a residency now at the Laurie Beachman Theater, Lorna Luft. I'm so excited. There's a bunch of great dates. So we'll have to, maybe next week we'll talk about that. Leo, let me see. Lori Towers. Hello, my Tuesday night family. I'm warming up nicely now. Lori, always nice to see you. And John, your handsome and very sweet husband. New York Strong is right, John Pietero. Lori and John. Leo, did you want to talk about what they do? Because I know you have all the, I mean, I can do it too, but I don't want to take that spotlight away from you. So first of all, I want to show you Lori Towers does a million things, as does John. One of the things Lori does is she makes this great, really amazing, fun, empowering jewelry. I have my little feather here, my arrowhead, and Lori makes a ton of great, great stuff. So if you want to find any of Lori's great pieces, you go to Lori Towers, is it .net? Leo will put that up somewhere in a minute. .net and .org, is it? /Axe the Oligarchy. So we'll bring that up in a minute. If you want to, Danielle, if you want Danielle services, Danielle does a million trillion things, as does Lori and John, as do Lori and John. Our friends are very creative. So Danielle Alexandria Alchemy, she is a psychic, medium, spiritual advisor, a teacher, a healer. She does past life regressions. She does spirit animal readings. She does just all kinds of stuff. If you want to talk to the other side, Danielle does that. It's I don't know many people that do that kind of work, and Danielle is amazing at it and very, very, it's very healing stuff. So you want to go to Danielle Alexandria Alchemy.com. Thank you, Leo. And there's all kinds of different things that you can get there. I personally love the quantum session. Quantum session, I not only got it for myself, I got it for a bunch of my friends and family for gifts, and it was the best gift I could give because it's peace of mind. So I can't say enough about Danielle and her very, very beautiful work. Lori, love you, honey. And Lori's beautiful jewelry, and it's fun. It's like super empowering, cool chick stuff. But it's for guys too, so it's not just, it's cool guys and cool chicks. Rick Sudi Caritas, wind chill in Van Hughes, California. Today, 69 degrees. Whoa. Okay. My girlfriend is in San Francisco with her daughter and the baby, the little man, my little grandson, who I love so much. and they are. She's at a work event, and she took the little guy and his mom. So they're having fun, and they should be returning tomorrow. But it's very different. They're going to return to very cold weather. So Lori, it's Axe the Oligarchy. Lori, type it in if you don't mind. I want to give you the proper advertisement. And what? Okay, so Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. John Pietero and Lori Towers Beneath the Underground on Sheena's Jungle Room at WFMU.org. And Lori Towers Jewelry, LoriTowers.net, Axe the Oligarchy. And just really cool stuff. So go and check that out. Tree Sequoia, what? I don't like snow. Who said that? I can't believe you. Tree, you like everything. You're one of those people. Sweet as can be. Tree Sequoia, a legend in the New York um, nightlife scene. And he's been at Stonewall, working at Stonewall for a long, long, long time and part of the community. And just amazing. Amazing community. Tree is a lifetime achievement human being. So, Tree, we love you very much. Okay, LoriTowers.net. Thank you, honey. Now, I want to talk about a few things before we bring our amazing guest on tonight. Our guest tonight is Michael Kirk Lane. You've heard that name a trillion times. Maybe you know who he is. Maybe you've just seen his picture. Maybe you've heard about his work. But he's kind of got his hands in a lot of different wonderful things that are happening. And so I've been wanting to get him on for a while now. And tonight it worked out beautifully. Douglas Todd, hi, honey. You shine on, bright one. You always, every time you text me or write something on my page, I feel warm in my heart. I just want to tell you that. I'm not just saying that. Thank you, honey, for all that you do. You're a very sweet person. So Douglas Todd has joined us. Okay, so Leo, if you are ready to roll on some of these things that I want to promote, I what I do is I look at all the different things that are popping up on my Facebook, on the Cabaret Corner, Mac. Some of my friends will post different things, and I see these wonderful shows that are coming up, and I really want to give people shout outs. So, Leo, if you have the Irene Bremis promo, we'll do that first. So Irene Bremis is an amazing, amazing, amazing human being, but also she is one of the funniest. Just thinking about her show, I start laughing. Irene is one of the funniest women in comedy today, and just across the board. So she's also a Massachusetts native like me, so we have that in common. And go Pats, Irene. That's all I'm going to say. But Irene is doing a comedy show at Brokerage in Belmore. It's in Long Island, 2797 Merrick Road, Belmore, New York. And that's this Friday and Saturday. And you have to check for times, but I believe it's probably like 8 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. For tickets, you want to call 516-781-5233. And if you're in that area, if the Long Island area, holy moly. I mean, you want to forget everything and just laugh your head off for a good hour. Irene's your girl. So please go and check out Irene Bremis, the Brokerage at Belmore. And also, I can't say enough about this. She has a special on Amazon Prime called Sweetie. So Irene Bremis, which is Bremis, for our because we also have a podcast that goes to podcast. People don't always see the visual, so that's how it's spelled. And she also has a podcast with Rachel Dratt, I think, if I'm not mistaken, of Saturday Night Live fame. It's called The Woo Woo. It's about like spiritual, spooky, cool stuff. You should definitely check it out, Danielle. It's so good, and they have special guests that zoom in. I mean, come in every week on podcasts. I listen to it on Spotify, so you can listen to it anywhere you like. But it's so good. I mean, I can't say enough about it. The Woo Woo, WOOWOO. So that's Irene Bremis, and we love her very much. And she's cool and beautiful and funny funny, funny as hell. So go check that out. That's one of my picks of the week. My other pick of the week is Sue Matsuki and Gregory Toroyan, and they are at Pangea on Sunday, February 1st, from 6 to 8 p.m. And that's going to be a great event. It's an open mic. But if you know both of them, they are of the highest caliber of professionalism. And it's going to be an amazing. I wish I could go. Maybe I can. Maybe I can work something out. I have something going on, but maybe I can sneak in there. Anyway, that is going to be fabulous. Pangea, I love Pangea. It's I believe it's 11th Avenue, right where 2nd Avenue and 11th Street, around there, between like 10th and 11th, 9th and 10th. And they have delicious food. So you can get there a little bit early, get something to eat. It's a really nice, intimate, very warm, inviting space. And I love the owner. I met the owner when I was there for Karen Mack's show. What a sweetheart. Everybody that works there is so nice. So I would say that is definitely something to do on Sunday. So you can go to Irene's show Friday or Saturday and then go see Sue Matsuki and Gregory Torian on Sunday. Also, this week, this Thursday, our benefit for Big Brother, Big Sister called Dear Lori Lawrence. Lori Lawrence was a wonderful, wonderful friend of ours that was the consummate volunteer. She volunteered for lots of different things, constantly. And she was very loved. She sadly passed away about 7 years ago, very suddenly. And so we, every year, or, every 18 months or so, we have a fundraiser in her name for the Big Brother, Big Sister foundation there. And we raise money and they put it into a scholarship for a young person. Sometimes we raise enough money to have 2 or 3 scholarships. So the beauty of this is that we want to keep rippling Lori's great energy and altruism and volunteering out to the universe, because people like that are few and far between. And it's just important, if you're a person on this earth that does great things, just because you're not here physically anymore doesn't mean that your spirit can't continue to help people. So that's what Lori was all about. So it's this Thursday, January 29th, 7 p.m. at the Stonewall Inn upstairs. It's a $25 suggested donation. Now, if you can do that, that's wonderful. Let's say you can't do 25. You can do 15. It's okay. Just show up and give what you can at the door. That will go towards the donation. And then we always have a raffle, and that also goes to it. So speaking of raffle, I have a bunch of items that I donated and stuff, and also a few of my friends have given me things. But if you would like to donate something, I know the Duplex usually does. Brandy, some of the places that I work at, they're very generous that way. So if you would like to donate something, whether it's a physical item or a gift certificate, please reach out to me and we can make that happen. Even if you just email it to me and I print it out, and it's something like that, please let me know if it's something that you can donate or know someone that can. You can get it to me by tomorrow or early Thursday, so I can print it out. And then we'll have a raffle. We have all kinds of prizes, and that'll be part of it. So that is what's happening this week. What a busy week, right? It's a lousy week to be out, but it's a great week to be going to shows and eating good food and enjoying friends and having some drinks. Oh my God, look at this. Who is this little adorable little nymph? That is Miles Whitaker, our friend, looking like he is getting into some kind of trouble. I don't know what he's cooking up there, but his leg is out and he's naked. Why is he naked? Because this is Nothing But the Apron, What's the Story with Maria calendar, which we do every year. Although I'm going to say something, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think this was our last year. And I tell you why. The world is going digital. and people don't always want physical copies of things. So, but I have a bunch left. If anybody would like, it's only January, so please reach out to me. It'll be a total collector's item because it's the last one. They're $15, and there's about 14 hotties in this magazine because every month, and then I think one month we have 2 people. But we've so many sexy people in this, and all in the entertainment business. So Miles Whitaker, he works at Stonewall. He's an amazing singer and wonderful human being. He is Mr. January 2026. Thank you, Leo. Leo puts all that together. I wouldn't know where to begin, but Leo takes all the semi-nudes, tirelessly combs through them, and does God's work by putting this calendar together. So Leo, thank you. God bless you. And carry on the good work you're doing. Okay, so let me see who else has been saying nice things. I love nice things. I love to hear good people say nice things. 16 years now, says Douglas Todd, and you're part of the foundation. Well, thank you, honey. I've just been around a long time, and I try to do good in the world, and I'm in the entertainment business, so that it's easy to have fun at what I do. So thank you. And I also teach. I love teaching. And our guest is going to talk about that. Our guest, Michael Kirk Lane, he teaches and is part of all this great education that's happening in New York City. So Stephanie Greco, my friend from high school. Good evening, my friend. Good evening to you. And I hope I said Merry Christmas and Happy Birthday to you, because I know your birthday and Christmas is on the same day. So I hope I didn't miss that. Julie Cesari. Hi, Julie and Steve from Happy Land. I love you both. Julie was my director at Tony and Tina's wedding. She's the reason I have my equity card. If not for Julie Cesari, I don't know. It was my whole life changed doing that show. Thank you, Julie. Bill Goffey. And hi, everybody. Bill Goffey is part of the Lori Lawrence benefit. Bill Goffey, John Bronson, Michael Isaacs, Jay Rivera, Melissa Driscoll, Anthony Fett, Susan Campanero, me, Kim Lee Hicks. Did I say Melissa? Yeah. Oh, and Susan Gregory. So you have a great lineup of wonderful singers, comedians, and musicians. So come and see us. Yes, Bill is one of the piano players helping us out. Thank you, Bill. Thoughts and prayers to Leo for the calendar work, says Danielle. Danielle, thank you for understanding. Yeah. Chris Attore, hello to you, my love. So exciting that Chris Attore and Lynn Portis, genius, are going to be working together soon. To date to be determined. You'll have to let me know, Chris. And maybe, oh my God, look who popped on right after him. Lynn Portis. So Chris and Lynn, Chris is doing a show. Lynn will be his incredible musical director, piano player. Please, I think as soon as you let me know, I think you should both zoom in and we'll promo that show and also talk to both of you legends, because you've both been at this for a while, and you're both amazing musicians. And I personally cannot wait for that collaboration. I'm excited. Tanya Penn, my friend from many, many, many years, has the same birthday as my mother in heaven. Hi, kiddo. Hi to you, kiddo. Chris Tori, April 14th for one show and June 9th, my 80th birthday. Oh my God, you're a Gemini like me. Poor Lynn. Lynn is surrounded by Geminis. Me, Susie Campanero, Janine Molinari, and now Chris Tori. She can handle it, though. She's a Scorpio. All right. Speaking of my mother, we love you too, Linny. My mother is in heaven, and tonight I'm sure she's celebrating because it's my dad's birthday, and my dad is in heaven as well. So I want to show this picture and say happy birthday, Daddy, because my dad is the reason I am in show business. He loved the arts. He took me to amazing theater, jazz concerts, jazz cruises. He was a DJ during the very early in the late 60s, early 70s, a classical station and also a jazz station. So I would go with him and watch him. That was before there were CDs or anything digital. You had to actually put the needle on. I just remember being fascinated. And my father was so smart. Like, he was incredibly well read. He was born in Italy and came here when he was 22, but he was incredibly well read, self-taught man, and just the reason I'm in show business. He taught me everything I needed to know about music, and performing got me into a children's theater program at Tufts College when I was 10 years old. Thank you, Daddy. I will never, ever be able to pay you back for that. And I was able to get a 5-year scholarship to that wonderful program. And that completely, completely changed my life. This is a picture of him and Audra McDonald. I think this was one of the happiest days of his life. She was just someone he admired. And I took him to see Porgy and Bess with our friend, I'll go anyway. She was in it, as was oh my God, who played Porgy? I'll think of it in a minute. A great, great, great buddy of ours. And so after the show, he met up with us, and then Audra came out, and I thought my dad was just gonna lose his mind. He was so happy. So anyway, that is my dad's one of his happiest days. I wanted to say happy birthday, Dad. And I'm glad that you're with Mom and you're in heaven and you're not missing a damn thing politically. My dad would have been losing his mind. So anyway, okay. Love the story about your dad. Yeah, it's true. He just, our parents are very important. They're vital in our lives. And now that I have a little grandson, I've never been a parent. So having a grandson, I'm like, oh my God, everything you do and say is so important to this little being, and you want to give the most love, the most inspiration. And so when I realize how hard it is to do that, I really appreciate my parents and grandparents. So thank you so much. Okay. Now, what time is it? Let me see. Okay, perfect timing. We have let you know about what's happening this week, and now I want to bring on someone that does so much in the theater, does so much in cabaret, and is also part of a great educational program for artists. And we want to talk about that because there's a whole new session coming up. So shall we bring in our guest, Michael Kirk?
Small pond, got the days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be.
Oh my God!
Hey there.
Hi, sexy. What's going on?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I just love that you spend 20 minutes a week shining a light on other artists in our community.
Why not?
It's such a special thing.
Thank you, honey. Well, you know what it is? God knows we all love the performing part of what we do, right? And the creative part. But what we can all admit that what really is the most difficult is the promo part. Because you just want to be an artist. You're like, I wish somebody else would do the promo. And so I have
the clubs are emailing you going, you've only sold 10 tickets. What are we going to do? That's the hardest part.
Yeah, so why have this vehicle every week to do it? So why not? Why not shout it from the rooftops? And they're all great people that I love. Mm-hmm. They're all my friends and I respect them. So why not, So you are doing like several different things.
I mean, we all got to do a few different things to keep afloat in this city, right?
I agree.
Keep our hands in multiple different, we all call it the multi-hyphenate now. And
oh, okay. That's the name for it. I love it. You're right, though. You have to be able to do a lot of different things. So one of the things that you're doing is at the Y, the 92nd Street Y. You have a whole program there. Do you want to start? Should we start with that?
Let's start there. I am so lucky to be at 92NY. I started there in January of 2020, end of January 2020.
Oh wow!
They've always had a cabaret class. Oh, okay. the one that's popping up there is our next masterclass. Our next masterclass weekend is with Tony winner Nikki M. James and Yasuhiko Fukuoka and myself, February 27th and 28th, to really dig into finding your own self through a song and interpreting a song, not the way of the recording, not the way anybody else has done it, but finding your version of a song. And that's what that weekend is all about. And I mean, Nikki is a fantastic TV, film, and Broadway actress and does cabaret. And so she's coming in to coach the students with me. And applications for that one are open right now. Applications
Oh,
are open till
wow.
February
Okay.
7th. We only accept 12 singers for that one.
That was my next question. How many
unlimited
people per
auditing
class?
spots as well.
Oh, okay, cool. So 12 singers per class. That's great.
But yeah, I came into the Y. They've always had a little bit of a cabaret program. For years, our friend who we lost way too early, Colette Black, was in charge of the program at the Y. And there was somebody in between Colette and I for a year or two, and then they brought me in right before the pandemic. And then since we came back, we've just grown the program. They always had the beginning level class, and now we have what just popped up is what we kind of think of as our intermediate level class, where we can dig in a little bit more. We do 5 to 7 students in that class.
Oh,
and
okay.
Everybody does because this class is a 7-week long class, 6 weeks, and then the 7th week you do a show at Don't Tell Mama. And in that class, every student, 5, 6, or 7 of them, do a 3-song set with patter.
Well, that's wonderful.
And we dig into what the meaning is behind that for those 6 weeks.
Do you do
you get to get on stage and put it up?
Do you have like a
Each person gets to choose their own adventure. Because sometimes in that class we get somebody who's really just dipping their toe in for the first time. And then we get people who have been on Broadway or been on the West End and have left performing for a while and are coming back. And it's important to me when I'm teaching, and I know Yaz feels the same way and William feels the same way, that we meet the student where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever they're at, we help them go to the next level. So that's why I don't pick a theme, why it's a choose your own adventure for each student, because each person's at a different place.
Yeah.
And when it's their 20 minutes each week or 25 minutes each week to work.
Well, that's a lot of time to get in a class. That's a lot of time.
That's why we limit how many people.
Yep. I love that. Because in Morristown, where I taught at the Male Performing Arts Center for many years, Darius Frowner and I would run these wonderful workshops. And I know that how important that is to each performer and student to get that time, and that's a lot of time. That's very good.
The next term of those starts soon. The class with Yaz and I is 2 p.m. on Tuesdays. We do a middle of the afternoon class, and that starts this coming Tuesday, a week from today.
Okay.
And then the class with William, which is 7 p.m. on Thursdays, starts the following Thursday. He starts on the 12th.
The 12th is William and Wiltien Hall and Yaz. Okay.
And I mean, you've worked with both of those men.
Oh my God. Well, Yaz, I worked with Yaz only at the MAC Awards a few years ago. Yeah, we did all the cabaret. I mean, the Piano Bar Girls did a number, and Yaz musically directed that whole night. So that was really great. What a sweetheart. But Leo has worked with Yaz extensively.
On his musical, right?
Yes, on his musical. So Leo also introduced me to Yaz, and so that's how I know him. And Wiltien Hall is my love. We worked together for many years at the Duplex, then at Brandy's, and he and I wrote a song together called "This Is My America," and it's actually
I remember that song. Yes.
Yeah, it's about immigration, and we did this wonderful video for it too, and it's very timely. I mean,
you've got to bring that back out. Yeah, you've got to bring that back out.
So that's. I mean, I love Will. I want to take a second because people check in, and I want to say hi to them.
Yeah, let's see what we're saying.
Okay, so let me see, Tanya. Okay, no, so Anthony, we saw everybody else. Anthony J. Valbero. Anthony, love you too, and also Anthony. I want you to come on the show very badly and talk about. He's got a movie. He's worked on many movies, and he's also an incredible entertainer and art director, and does so many things. Anthony, please look at your Tuesdays and come on the show. So if anybody has any questions from Michael, please feel free to ask. I know we're going live on a couple of different platforms. Let me just check in here because I don't want to miss what anybody is saying. If people have questions for Michael. So Michael, now you're doing that, and you also are you're working on another project a little bit down the line, right? With I
Well,
know
kind
with
of.
John.
Oh, I
What's
love
this?
this photo. I'm sure you've met our Stephen Mosier, who's a
Oh, sure.
fantastic cabaret reviewer, and he's been a great photographer and headshot photographer. He released a book a long time ago called The Sweater Book, and
Oh,
everybody had lots of celebrities in the same sweater, and he started taking photos with the sweater again. And he asked me to sit down for him about a year ago now and have a
I
photo in
love
the
that.
sweater. And
I
he and
love
I
it.
and his lovely husband, I said, "Great, I'll come over, but I haven't seen you in forever. So if I'm coming over to do that, let's have tea. Let's sit and talk." So he and I and his lovely husband Pat sat down and had tea and just chatted for an hour. And he's like, "So what should we do with the photo?" And I was like, "Well, we just had
I
tea. Let's of
love
course
it.
we've got the pot and the glass here. Let's
I
use it.
love that. So
Give
that's
me some
yours.
props."
That's your actual teapot. I mean, I
That's
love that.
Stevens. Yeah.
Oh, that's Stevens. I love that. My mother had things like that. She loved that kind of stuff. I
I
don't
love
have
that
nice
photo.
things like that. That is great. You look great in that. So there's a sweater book. Kenny Holcomb has joined us. Eden
Oh, hi,
Castile is
Kenny.
watching. Kenny's
Oh,
wonderful.
Eden. I love Eden.
I know how she was on the show maybe about a month ago, I think. Um, Kenny Holcomb, amazing singer. He's in Tennessee now. Just had, and everybody, I want you to, at your home, wherever you are, applaud. Kenny Holcomb just had a kidney transplant, and he's about, I'm going to say, a month out, Kenny. Amazing, and he's doing great. Thank you. I love it. So
Leon,
he's on it. Leo's on it. So Kenny, we love you, and we're so happy that you joined us. And everybody send good vibes to Kenny because he's one of the best people you ever meet. He's also a great graphic designer, and he
Mhm.
is an amazing tenor. Incredible tenor.
I met Kenny in my years when I was house managing the Beachman, and when I was Kenny Bell's assistant
Oh,
at the Beachman
right.
for 10 years, and I was the house manager, and that's when
Oh,
I met
wow.
Kenny.
That's right. I love the Beachmen. Oh my God, I love
Oh,
it.
they're doing
And
such great things over there now. I know in the chat earlier we have been talking about how Lorna's there this week.
yeah. Oh
Tom
my
and Michael
God.
Dangora, the new owners, are doing such amazing things over there.
I just saw them because I went to the Little Mac Christmas party
Oh
with
yeah,
my best buddy Susie Campanero. We went and checked it out and hung out with all the nice people. Scotty Barberino was there, and I got to see Michael and Tom, so that was nice. Also,
they give it
Lorna,
such a glow up there.
I know Lorna's doing a residency there. So Danielle, can you?
She's doing
What
a
is?
residency. Andrea
Yeah.
McCardle's doing a residency.
Oh,
Lilius White is doing a
oh
residency.
my God,
It's
these are heavy
fantastic
hitters.
what they're doing there. I think Lorna's there tomorrow night.
Is it tomorrow night? Type it in, Danielle. I know you sent me the dates, but because it's going to be one, I think it's yeah, yay, Kenny. Yes, Kenny's doing great. Tomorrow
Tomorrow,
with
yeah.
Lorna, yes, Tom and Michael are doing great. Beautiful. Lorna
I
left.
just did my show at the Beachman. I did 3 shows in the fall over there.
Right, that's right. How cool is
It's
that?
such a great space to be in.
And so how did you feel in the new space? Because you know that space as the old space. How did the new
It felt
space
like
feel?
it felt like going home.
Yeah, but
It
they've
felt like
changed
going
it. They've
home.
really like
It's
jazzed
gotten
it
a
up.
glow up, but
Yeah,
it still has the same good vibes that the Beachman's always had.
absolutely. And the sound is
Mm.
wonderful.
The
The
new
sound at the beach.
soundboard, and
Really, it's even
they
better than
live.
the old one?
It is.
Wow.
It
I
is. They got
love
a new
that.
board when they reopened, and they're live streaming now, and their live streams are
Oh, I love that because
fantastic.
I can't always get to shows because I work most nights, in piano bar. So I'm okay.
Well,
I'm
and
gonna get a
for my family, my parents are, my dad's going to be 82 in 2 weeks. They can't fly out here every time I'm doing something. So having the option to live stream
Yep, I
is
agree.
such a great thing because then they watch it in their living room in Michigan.
This is wonderful. So live stream, that's so good to know that they do that as well because I miss everything. So I often live stream Green Room 42 shows
Mm-hmm.
that my friends do because they have that option, and then also Chelsea Table and Stage. I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to catch a lot of great, but now
I
I can
love the
catch
rooms that
Beachman
let
shows.
you don't have to watch it in the moment. That
That
you have
yes,
like 48 hours to watch.
yep, absolutely, absolute 7 p.m. show at the Beachman Wednesday the 28th,
Lorna's dates.
which
This
is
is great.
Wednesday, February 18th, Friday, March 27th, Saturday, April 25th, Thursday, May 21st, which is my birthday, and I'm going to go to that show. Because I'm off on Thursday nights. And Saturday, June 20th. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Perfect way to
so
celebrate
great.
your birthday.
It really
Lorna.
is, actually. With Lorna
Yeah.
and at the Beachman and like all that beautiful food and all that great stuff. So now, Michael, so you're working on at the Y at the 92nd Street
all of our
Y.
classes. And we also, I will say, we have the Nikki masterclass I mentioned, and those masterclass weekends started for a few years. I hosted a interview show for the Y called Cabaret Conversations. And Leo's showing me that I need to update my website. But Faith Prince came on the show, and she called me the next morning because we had met a couple times in the cabaret world, as you do. And I've always loved her. I grew up listening to her on cast recordings, and that 92 Guys and Dolls is iconic. And I woke up to a message the next day, honey, call me. It's like, okay. I call her, and she's, honey, I think we should teach together. I was like, okay, don't threaten me with a good time.
So it was her idea.
So the masterclass weekends, and we've now had Faith started it out. Then we had Lilius White, then Melissa Errico,
love Lilius.
Joe Iconis, Lindsay Mendez, and now Nikki M. James.
Wow.
And then after the first weekend with Faith, we went out and had a glass of wine or a martini afterwards. And this went really great. We should do more. And then that summer, we had our first ever 92NY Cabaret Conference Week, where we do an intensive week, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, digging into the bones of cabaret. And coming June 22nd to 26th is our third annual conference.
Wow.
And we're going to be announcing some other fantastic guest teachers in about 3 weeks. We're announcing the guest teachers. The music directors this year are going to be Yas Fukuoka and John Bronston.
Oh, my buddy. I love John. We work together at Brandy's on Saturdays.
And applications for that are opening next week. If you want to come and play with Faith and I for a full week.
Now, is there a website that everybody can get all this information?
92ny.org. All of it's there.
92ny, right? .org.
And you can click on classes, School of Music, and it's all there. Or you can go to you can go to my Instagram at Michael Kirk Lane, and I post all of it.
Okay,
so
good.
Go find it all there.
Now, do you have, are they different ages that show up for these classes? What is the age range usually?
These are all 16 and up.
Okay.
Now, I spent years doing the after school thing, and I loved it. I taught like Leo, I've taught every age from pre-K to senior citizen. But now I just do 16 and up.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
because you can really dig in. You can really dig in on the art and on the work with that.
I too. I love all ages, but right now I'm doing exactly that as well. It's like 16 to 22. I work at the gay community center after school program with a great company called Road Recovery. And I love today we had a great class. It was me, Susan Campanero, and Chris Hines, who's an incredible musician. Oh my God. You know Chris Hines. He's accompanies so many on drums mostly, but what people don't realize about Chris is he plays piano, bass, drums, and guitar, all beautifully.
Isn't this the blessing that you and I get to have working in the clubs and working in piano bar for years, both of us, that we get to be surrounded and get to meet all of these different artists?
I know. My God, how lucky are we?
Get to collaborate with all these different artists, and it's such a blessing because you get your specific relationship with each one. Each piano player you work with, it's a different song when you sing it with them because you feel each other's vibes, and it's just that's what I love about what we get to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what I feel like about piano players or just incredible musicians, that it's like trying something, like wearing a different jacket or something. It's like you're gonna go, depending on where you're going. It's like But it depends on what I'm going to be singing. There are certain musicians that I'm going to just want to like, oh, that's it. It's just like swimming in the warmest ocean when you're with the right musicians. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to be afraid. They catch you and you can just float. It's beautiful. You know, musicians are amazing.
Teaching this term with William and Yaz. And I've done full cabaret shows with both of them.
Yeah.
And I've had that collaborative experience with both of them. And Yaz and I now, through the Y, do a lot of work together, directing and music directing as a team.
Oh, okay,
for people
great.
doing cabaret shows.
Yeah, well, that works out,
that's such a
right?
great collaborative environment. And then you know, William and I also, besides doing cabaret shows together, we worked in piano bar together, and for years
At
still do.
Mama's,
Now that
right?
I'm back, now that I'm back at Mama's, we still do.
Yeah. What nights is he there now at Mama's?
William is there on Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
I'm running the door again on the weekends, and then subbing in piano bar.
Okay, now you just bounced back from a little blip.
It's true.
I mean, I think it's a huge deal, and you're kind of like, okay, I'm back, and I'm like, what? So you just had a kind of like a scary medical emergency, right?
I was literally sitting in the original cabaret room at Don't Tell Mama, a class show from 92NY, one of our showcase shows. And I knew something was wrong. I was like, something doesn't feel right in my lower right abdomen that day. And I said something to our friend Allison Nussbaum. I was like, this doesn't feel right. What do you think? She's like, yeah, you don't look great. You know, if you start to feel feverish, you should think about show started, and I started shaking.
Oh no.
I left the show. I think it was the third song. I walked over to the tech director, Adam DiCarlo, who's fantastic.
Yeah.
And said, introduce every performer by their first name. I think I need to go to the hospital. And then less than 24 hours later, they were taking out my appendix.
Oh my God.
And this was
I
12
saw
days
your
ago.
Post. I couldn't believe it. 12 days ago. That's 12 incredible.
Today was my first day out of the apartment. I went to a rehearsal for a show that Faith Prince and I are co-directing that is next week at 54 Below on the 5th.
Okay, talk about that. That's a big
John Bronston, our good friend, is music directing it.
So 54 Below,
It's great. This great artist, Will Kelly is his name. And he's doing a show about growing up in Texas as a young gay kid and the walls he put up and what it took to break those walls down in his adulthood.
Wow. And what's the name of that show?
There it is. There he is. Handsome man that he is.
What a cutie,
for the record.
Yeah.
Well, because now he's a lawyer.
No.
Yeah.
I love that. And
he's
that's
a lawyer
February 5th.
Who's coming back. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. He's coming back to singing. He was a singer and dancer for years and became a lawyer and reached out to me on Instagram a little over a year ago and said, I Googled cabaret teachers in New York. You came up. Can we meet? And we had a great meeting. And I said, but you know what? Come take class. See if you like how I work. He already told me he wanted to build a show. I was like, come see if you like how I work. So he took class, and then he took the conference last summer from Faith and I, and then he approached us. Was like, how would you two feel? I know you teach together. How would you feel about co-directing?
Wow.
And at this point, Faith and I are like this, and we're like, yeah, of course we'll co-direct you.
Now,
and she's on Zoom for every rehearsal because she's in California.
So let me ask you about that, because there's certain people I work with, like for years I worked with Darius, and we had a certain way of working together. And then I've also worked with other people as well, and everybody works differently. So you worked with Faith now for many years, right? So
we've taught together for years.
What part of it does she kind of take, and what part of it do you take?
It's a really free-flowing relationship between us. She and I approach things from a very similar point. There's times when we're teaching together that, you know, we'll lean in together in the back of the room and go, do you want to say it or should I?
Okay.
And we know where we're at.
Yeah.
And I think what's important in a co-directing relationship is if Faith and I are ever disagreeing about something, we don't talk about it in front of the performer.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's
we take it out of the room.
Yeah.
and then we talk about it, come to a decision about what direction the song should take, or the pattern should take, and then we bring it into the performer after we've talked it out. Because it does a performer no good if two directors are in there giving them complete opposite direction.
Absolutely. It's like mom and dad fighting. I mean, nobody wants to be around.
In a class setting, that can be interesting.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
If you're working towards a show, no. In a class setting, if Faith and I have a moment where we're like, okay, that's an interesting point, but this is what I was thinking about it. Let's try it both ways.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of collaborations.
Even directing, we'll say, okay, we need to have the performer try it both ways, and then we'll decide.
Yeah, that is a very delicate marriage. When people work together like that, and sometimes it works out so beautifully, and most of the time, I think it works out beautifully, and that's why people keep doing it over and over. So that is great to know. February 5th at 54 Below. And we're going to take a little quick break for our food section of the show, which we do every week. So let me just check to see the other page if anybody is saying anything I need to check out. I think everyone's said what they need to say. Glad you're doing better. Okay. This is the section of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And I cook every week for the show. So, Michael, you're going to have to help me on the count. I'll do 1, 2, 3, and we'll say it together. Welcome to the part of our show called 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep
eating. Okay, thank you, Michael. So what did I make this
Anytime,
week?
my love.
I was supposed to go to Boston on Sunday, but as we all know, the snow had bigger plans. And so I made crab cakes.
I'm supposed to be in Michigan right now, and my appendix had other plans.
Okay, you see? So I bought all this crab meat to make crab cakes for my nieces, and I never got to do that. So I made them for myself, and then my girlfriend will be home tomorrow, so I made crab cakes for us. And here's what do I put in my crab cakes? I put, of course, crab, mayonnaise, a little bit of egg so it stays together. I put dill. I put Old Bay. And then I have this stuff called truff that I love. And they have different flavors. Truff is like a truffle kind of different sauces. And this particular one is jalapeno lime. So I used a jalapeno lime truff. So it's truffle and jalapenos. And I threw that in there this time, and a little bit of truffle salt. And, of course, butter. And that is your crab cake there. Then who doesn't like a little bit of... Oh, thank you, Leo. Thank you, Leo, and a studio audience. I made a little bit of tartar sauce there, a little fresh tartar sauce. Threw a little Old Bay in there because you can never have enough Old Bay. And a little bit of corn that I love, and put a little Old Bay on that too. Sprinkled it on there. For my salad, everybody that knows me knows I love salads. I can't take complete credit for this salad. I love Trader Joe's. It's my favorite store. And sometimes, and if you just want to run in and grab a package, they have these wonderful salad packages. This particular one is called the Everything package. So it's everything spices and little bagel bits. Look at this, little toasted bagel bits. How cute is that? And it's got red cabbage, white cabbage, red cabbage, broccoli, romaine lettuce, and carrots. And it's all chopped up. And then the dressing they give you is like a ranch dressing for this particular thing, which I might not use. I might create my own. I might use a little of the ranch dressing and then put a little balsamic on there too, because I like to do different things with that. And then for dessert, a classic chocolate chunk cookie. And of course, I have a whole thing of these that I started eating 3 days ago, and there's about 3 left. So I'm not going to lie. Thank you, Leo. I heard once that there are no calories during the holidays and no calories during snowstorms. So I take advantage of that while I can.
This is true.
While I can. Now, you said you grew up in Michigan, huh?
Yeah, Flint area.
Oh, really? So
just about 20 minutes outside of Flint.
Is that the suburbs, or is that more like?
Yeah, it's the suburbs of Flint.
Yeah. And so what's the weather like there? It's pretty cold, right?
It is cold there right now. It is a little colder than it is here in New York. We laugh usually because it's about the same. I forget longitude or latitude, but about the same. And my mother will call me and say, "Get ready. This is what you're getting. because
Oh,
usually their
really?
weather, and about a day and a half to 2 days later, we get exactly what's going through southern Michigan.
Wow.
And so, if they've got a storm, my mom will call back. All right, get ready. 2 days later, you're going to have this.
Yeah, I guess she's
And
right, and then it goes to the
eight times out of 10, it comes directly to us.
Wow. And so growing up, what was your experience? How did you go from being a Michigan kid to becoming someone in the theater? What was your first love with that? What was your first bite of it? What was your first taste of that?
I mean, if you look at old home movies, I was always performing. There's videos of me at like 3 or 4 singing and dancing in front of the video camera. My mother has the blackmail for years if she wants.
Yeah.
And then music
What were
was
you?
always
But
around.
who did you mimic
grand-
watching? Would you watch certain TV shows? Did you
I
watch?
would.
Did you listen to certain
I watched a
albums?
lot of Sesame Street was big. Sharon Lois and Bram, who were a musical trio, and they didn't talk down to kids. It was just folk music.
I remember
They were
that.
a great show. The Elephant Show. I watched that a lot. My grandfather and grandmother on my mother's side lived about 20 minutes north of us. And my grandfather was in a male chorus, and he was also a barber shopper.
Oh, I love that. I can see that.
And my
I can see that.
grandmother was in the Sweet Adelines.
Oh, I know the Sweet
American
Adelines.
Songbook was always around.
Yeah.
It was so important. Like, we would have family dinner on a Saturday or Sunday at my grandparents' house, but at 7:00, everybody had to be quiet so Grandma could watch Lawrence Welk.
Wow.
It didn't matter that she had seen every episode 20 times and could tell you what song was next.
Saturday nights, I used to watch it with my grandmother. That's why I was like, wow, I haven't thought about Lawrence Welk in I don't know how long. But that was a variety show. That was classic variety show. I don't know if you're old enough to remember like the Mike Douglas show and the Merv Griffin show. Those were shows
I've seen clips because I love that format.
Yeah, me too.
And so I'll go on YouTube and find, like, there's so many great clips of random musical numbers that, like, were on the Carol Burnett show, or there's this great medley that I'll watch sometimes, and it's from a special that Carol Burnett and Julie Andrews did together. And it's like every song from 1968 to 1978.
Really?
And it's like an epic, like 15-minute medley.
There was no greater show ever than the Carol Burnett show.
There's just such random stuff. There's this thing I found years ago on YouTube, and I'll go watch it frequently. And it's Ben Vereen, Liza Minnelli, and Joel Grey with a bevy of backup dancers, but doing a medley of Jesus-based songs. There's some Godspell, some Jesus Christ Superstar. There's a New World Coming. It is so unhinged, Maria.
Oh my God, I have to check it out.
I'll text it to you after.
Please, Jesus. Oh my God.
It's from the Bell Telephone Hour, one of those specials.
Really? Oh my God. My favorite shows were Carol Burnett, of course. And I love the Sonny and Cher show. Wow.
We don't remember my parents and I.
You're too young for that.
But I know of it, and I've seen, again, I've watched clips. My parents and I don't remember because it happened, we think, the same year. So we don't remember if the first concert I went to was Sharon Lois and Bram or Peter, Paul, and Mary. I went to both of them in the same year when I was like 6.
Wow. I know.
But my dad got offered tickets to Peter, Paul, and Mary and said, we don't have day of, and said, well, we don't have time to get a babysitter. And his friend went, well, then take a third ticket.
Oh, cool.
And so at 6 or 7 years old, I went to see Peter, Paul, and Mary in concert.
But that's the way to do it. That's why I always like to know what people's what their exposure to the arts was as a kid, because it really does shape who we become.
Well, and then, like you said, with your dad putting you in class, I was sick a lot as a kid. And so I kind of became shy, but I had always performed before then. I still sang all the time at home. And so there used to be a great organization in Flint called Flint Youth Theater. And when I was in 3rd grade, my parents put me in class, acting class.
Yeah, 3rd grade. That's 8 years old. How
Yep.
wonderful
And
is that?
I took class there for years. And then when I graduated college, they invited me to come back as a part of the staff as a resident artist to teach.
Oh,
And I
cool.
taught there and was a resident artist there for a year and a half after college before I moved to the city. So it was such a great
So
experience
year and
after
a half
college to
after,
be
so you were
teaching.
like 22-ish?
22, yeah. And I was
Yeah.
doing repertory style theater and teaching. It was such a great
Wow.
experience. And in a
Hey,
theater that
that's a pretty young guy to be teaching
taking
that
class
stuff.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, I was teaching the younger ages at that point.
Okay, so Michael, Marge, Helen Child,
Yes.
it says Detroiter here, saw that
Mark,
show with
I
Burnett.
didn't know you were from Detroit. How have we never made that connection? Next time
Look
we
at
see each
that.
other at the clubs, we have to talk about this.
I love that you with Burnett and Andrews have the
Mhm.
album with that duet. I love that.
Isn't
You
it
see?
fantastic?
Yeah, that's why these shows are so important, because you get to know things about people and then you realize you have so much in common.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of cool people from the Midwest. That's considered Midwest, right?
Yep. Upper
Yeah,
Midwest.
absolutely. So okay, we are, oh my God, it is the end of our show, but it
How have
flew
we gone so
by.
quickly?
I don't know. Let's do a recap. Let's do a recap of everything you're doing. So let's start with the why. Tell everybody
Yes.
about those classes again.
You've got 2 different sessions to choose from of connecting to your lyric. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. with Yaz, or Thursdays at 7 p.m. with William T. N. Hall.
Okay, great.
We've got the Nikki M. James Masterclass weekend, February 27th and 28th. Applications for that are open right now. And applications open up in 2 weeks for our summer with Faith Prince, which is in June.
Oh my God. How beautiful is that? You got some great stuff happening, Michael. I'm so glad you feel better.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for having me tonight.
Oh, I'm so happy that you could do it.
I love chatting with you. You know, how many times have we sat at the end of one of the piano bars and just shot the crowd for hours?
Yeah, that is it's if people could be flies on the wall for that, right?
It's true.
Yeah, I love it. And so that Brandy's Piano Bar, I'm there Friday and Saturday. If you're in the neighborhood, come by and see me. Michael, you're at Don't Tell Mama still?
I'm at Don't Tell Mama's usually at the door on the weekends, and then I sub in a piano bar frequently throughout the year. So just check my Instagram. If I'm going to be subbing in singing, I always post about it.
All right, I love it. Leo, we love our Leo Rodriguez. He runs everything behind the scenes.
So fantastic.
Oh my God, he's the best. So thank you, Leo. I can't thank you enough. Michael, thank you for taking the time. I knew you were teaching today, and I appreciate that. Give my love to everybody, Yaz and Will, of course. And everybody go and check Michael's stuff out, because he's always doing something amazing.
Come play in any of the stuff.
Absolutely. So we're here every Tuesday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern, 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. Just remember that we love and appreciate you. And now more than ever, the arts are what is keeping us afloat and our hearts beating. Yes. Share it with people. Be kind to each other. Don't make assumptions about anyone else's life. Just hold your heart open, keep your mind open, and keep singing. Thank you, Michael. So happy to have you here. We appreciate you.
Great to be with you. See you soon in person.
Yes, absolutely. And thanks, Leo. Night, everybody.
Good night.